What it do, T Squad? It's me, Keisha, and I'm here with this week's All Tea, All Shade, Keke Wyatt's World, Season 1, Episode 5 review. Let's get right into it. So the episode begins with Keke going outside on her deck to talk to her son, Rahjah, because she can tell that he's been a little distant and stuff. So she asks, what's going on. And he basically says that he is done with his grandma, Lorna, because she showed up to his birthday party anyway, after he told her he did not want her there. Keke, is upset with his mama because she feels like she tried to make his birthday celebration all about her. But then on the flip side, she's constantly reminded that when he was sick in the hospital with cancer, her mother was the one that was there by his side every single day. But Rahjah feels like, okay, I get that, but that still doesn't excuse her behavior. You can't use that as an excuse to treat people how you want to treat them. And based off what I've seen on the show, I think that Rahjah is spoiled. I think that he's allowed to get away with too much with his mouth. I don't see where the grandmother has disrespected him outside of showing up to his party without, his consent and permission. But based off what was said that she supposedly said to him about, she hate when gay boys come out because they messy, that wasn't really nothing. You know what I'm saying? I think that he's putting 10 on 20, and I think he need to simmer down because you only got your one grandmama, boy. So then we see Lorna at her crib talking to her son Dougie, who was the uncle she was supposed to have allegedly made this homophobic comment in front of. And her son Dougie is back at home living with her because he's going through another bout of cancer. So she tells her son that she feels like she really messed up things with Rahjah this time and that she made it even worse. And she even goes on to say that she actually really does love his little best friend, Haley, because she knows that Haley genuinely loves him. But her son, Dougie, questions, do you not really like the little girl because you low-key jealous? And she was like, absolutely not. And he was like, look, mommy, like, I feel like it's a situation where she's taking the place that you used to have. Lorna denies that, but I also think that that's part of the reason why she don't really care for this little girl. And I think that the little girl be putting more on it than what she should, running back and telling Rahjah stuff to, cause an even bigger rift between him and his grandmama. But the good thing is that Lorna says that she does want to apologize to Rahjah. And Dougie was like, I think that y'all just need to get into a space where both of y'all can really talk and say how y'all feel to one another. But it is a big thing that she's going to apologize because it's a long-standing thing in their family that she doesn't apologize, and Rahjah doesn't think that she's going to ever, say that she's wrong. So this is going to be huge for them. Then after that, we see the kids go and pick up decorations for Bella's birthday. And once again, that little girl, Kiki's son girlfriend that lived with them, was getting on my nerves. I didn't like the way that she was talking to his little sister. You could tell that she was being for real and she was like playing at the same time. But I just feel like this little girl do too much, and I need to know more backstory on where is her family, where is her mama and them, how old is she, why is she living with them? I have so many questions. My God. We then see Lorna invites Andre out for lunch, and she tells him that, Rahjah won't talk to her. He's not answering her phone calls, and she doesn't really want to force a conversation with them. She wants it to be more on the natural side, so she'll just wait it out pretty much. But she also does say that him not speaking to her is low-key like really affecting her in a negative way because she loved her grandson, at the end of the day. And I really hope that he can understand where she's coming from and vice versa, because like I said, that lady loves him. Like, you can tell that she ain't mean no malice or harm. So Andre tells her that he's trying to figure out how to balance getting Kiki's album done and respecting the fact that she is a mom and going through what she's going through. And Lorna tells him that you basically have to force feed her, because even when she doing right, you got to be the person. I mean, even when she's not doing right, you have to be the person to put that push behind her to get things done. And I honestly just don't feel like this managerial position is going to work between them. I think that they just need to be friends, honestly, truly, because Keke don't want to listen, and everything goes back to friend stuff, or I was supposed to do this and you did. I just think that she needs to find new management, because I think that their friendship is more valuable than him being her manager at this point. So Andre then invites her to his tree cape. Look, I guess soft opening, child. And I'm like, if him and this tree cape stuff is not gonna bother me, that is just not the one nor two. Boy, put that thing up. So she says, of course, that she will be there. So after that, we see Lorna and Keke go and pick up desserts for her daughter Bella's birthday, and we find out that it's actually her birthday too. Her daughter was born on her birthday, which is so cute. But then again, it's not so cute because Keke don't ever really get to celebrate her birthday. You know, it's become all about Bella, which it should, because she's a kid. But people still need to acknowledge that it's her birthday too. So Lorna mentions Andre little event, and Keke rolled her eyes. And this is why I say they need to just be friends and not work with each other, because she says that she was supposed to put out her baby products first, but now he's going and doing his. And so she feeling some type of way. Well, he decided to do it, you know what I'm saying, when y'all had fell out. Like, what you, come on now. Now, he should have had a conversation with her about it once they linked back up. Like, hey, when we stopped talking, I started working on this or whatever, just so it won't make it seem like he trying to be funny. But I even feel like if he would have told her from the jump, Keke still was going to feel some type of way, which is why, once again, they do not need to work with each other. And then she goes as far as to say in her confessional that if her mama goes to the event, she going to be mad. So, like Keke is much like Rahjah. Like, they are stubborn, they're petty, they're childish, they're all about themselves. And it's just like, learn how to communicate instead of getting the attitude about everything. Like, please grow up. So the kids is setting up for Bella's birthday party, and Kiever ends up bringing the little girl home while they're doing it. But her response was so cute. The little girl was like, I didn't see anything. I ain't see nothing. And she go back outside and sit on the porch, child. So the little party, kicks off and everything. And Rahjah talks to his uncle Dougie about his grandmother. And in his confessional, Rahjah was like, you see how she came to my party and I didn't even want her there. But her granddaughter and her own daughter's birthday, she didn't even show up. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, little boy, shut up. Because the lady had vertigo. And she is old at the end of the day. Like, I feel like he just finding ways to nitpick and find issues with her when there really isn't one. The issue is that wig you got on in your confessional. You look a fool, child. So Dougie tells him that Lorna wants to apologize. And Rahjah was like, I don't think she deserves that. What? What you mean you don't think that she deserves that? You act like this lady done maimed you, abused you. Like, she ain't did none of that, bro. Like, you doing too much. Like, he really honestly is. And for a person that has gone through what he's gone through, you would think that he would realize what's important in life, what isn't, what is minuscule, what is big. Like, come on, bro. Like, he getting on my nerves. So Dougie was like, give her grace. I give her grace. I feel like we all deserve grace. So Rahjah in his confession was like, I don't want to have this conversation. I feel like I'm being pressured. But if that's what y'all want, then I do it. Like, Keke, girl, he needs to get punched. Like, in his chest. Because that little boy is annoying. Like, he really is grinding my gears at this point. Then we go to Keke in the studio trying to figure out how they're going to do her next single. So they decide they're going to do a single release party where the fans get to decide out of 3 songs what will be her first official single, which I think would be a great idea. And we see her in the booth recording this song called Somebody that sounds like a bop. I cannot wait to hear this project. I'm a huge Keke Wyatt fan. So after they get done, Andre invites them, meaning Keke, her husband, and Kizzy, to his launch party for Tree Capes at his house. And Kizzy was like, oh, I'm so excited. I finally get to see your house and everything. And so Andre was like, yeah, it's just going to be low key, just family and friends. Not a lot of people know about it. And Keke was like, just like nobody knows about my baby products. And she looked at Kizzy for validation, and Kizzy just kind of like sits there, and she was like, oh, okay, that's how I know that face. And so she puts the middle finger up to Kizzy, and Kizzy was like, nope, don't do me like that. And so Keke was like, F you. And apparently she told Andre 15 years ago about this product that she came up with called Keke Silky, which would help babies not lose their hair on the back of their head when they're, how kids get that bald spot in the back of their head or whatever. Now, this was 15 years ago, child. 15 years ago. And like Andre said, like, this is your product. You have to put the initiative in this. You ain't came to me with nothing, like not a sketch, not a nothing. And Andre was like, yeah, this is my project. So of course I'm going to work on my stuff. And Keke made a comment about how you going to like promote a product on my show and we ain't even did my product. Like, you out your mind. And she was like, oh, I forgot, this is our show. So I don't know what that is about. I don't know if they pitched the show together as an idea that they both came up with. Of course, her name would be the mainstay on the show because she's the bigger person, but I don't know what that was about. But once again, like I said, they do not need to work with each other. So, Andre tries to talk to her and explain the situation, but she's ignoring him as she's packing up all the stuff to leave. And Andre was like, the person I do the most for is the person that don't support me. And Keke was like, you wouldn't even be Andre LLC, whatever, if I wasn't your exclusive client. And he was like, yeah, and God is good, and da-da-da-da. And so as she's walking out, she says F you to him again. And remember, that was a hard no for him. Like, you cannot talk to me like that. And he was like, see, she was like, yep, mm-hmm. And Keke was like, you go ahead with your dumb Christmas tree coat and it burned down somebody's house with their babies in it. And it was like, what? Like, who said something like that? Like, that was weird, bro. That was weird. You was doing too much. You don't wish nothing like that, especially with a mom like you who has children with health issues or whatever the case may be, and you've lost children. So it's just like, why would you say something like that? I don't care how mad you get. But like, I agree with Andre on this. Like, that was 15 years ago, girl. And you ain't put no initiative towards putting this product out. So now you want to be mad because I actually got up off my butt and put work towards mine? Get out of here. Like, Keke is very childish. Like, she really is childish, and it makes her unlikable. So at this point, Keke and her husband are like in the hallway of the studio, and she's like, how you gonna capitalize on my show? And then we go back inside the studio, and Andre's talking to Kizzy, and he was like, Keke just want to show up and not do nothing, pretty much. I've never heard her be passionate about her product until she heard me say something about mine. And obviously that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. And so Keke says to her husband, I'm selfish. You work for me. Did you forget? You want to launch your ish on my show? And it's like, okay, yes, this is your show. We get it. Your name is on the marquee. Okay, girl. But I just feel like it's selfish of her not to want to see anybody else win. I mean, ain't nobody about to buy them tree cakes. No way. But it's just like, obviously the cameras are following him as well. They're not just focused solely on you. They're following him. They're following your mom. They're following your children. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get what's the big whop. I don't know. Keke just seems like a very childish, very selfish, very me type of person. And when she gets mad, she reduces herself to very childish antics. Like it's like what's that saying from we was kids? But what about me? What about me? I can't even think of what it is because I'm not a child anymore. But she's very much that. So Andre tells Kizzy that he don't even want her at his event anymore, and I don't blame him. So Keke was like, we're going through all of this and all he's worried about is a cake for a Christmas tree. And it's like, stop trying to bring your situation into everything as a manipulation tactic to get people to feel sorry for you. Just because you're going through what you're going through does not mean that other people's lives stop as well. Like, come on, bro. So Keke in her confessional was like, we've talked about my stuff for years. Then all of a sudden you want to come out with a Christmas tree cape. So you've been working on this for a long time and I just didn't know about it. Or did you start working on it when you found out I had my own show and he was going to be able to put your ish on my show? Regardless, if he been working on it, he just started working on it, he used the platform accordingly. To promote a project of his, same as you should have been doing. If you had been working on this line for however long, why you ain't talk about it in your confessionals? Why you didn't show yourself in a scene working on it? Like, come on, girl, you just didn't think about it, and you mad because he thought about something that you didn't think about. Like, I don't really know really what to say. Like, you jealous, obviously, because you want everything to be revolved around you. And I get it, he's your manager, but he can't manage something that ain't been manifested yet. Like, come on, girl. So back inside the studio, Kizzy says to Andre, like, I already know she about to be mad with me or whatever, and I don't think that this is just going to be a regular argument where everybody go back to being besties. So outside, Keke is trying to talk to production and asks, is she crazy for feeling the way that she does? And nobody will agree with her. And she recognizes this. And when she sees that, that's when she tries to scrounge up some tears and fake cry, but she couldn't even fake cry, child. And then she's in the car about to leave and she says, tell Shantae she can stay with him because the fact that I'm supposed to be her best friend and she didn't even know him until me, and she's in there with him and not out here with me, F them both. And I mean that with everything in me. And it's just like, you got to stop doing it. You take stuff too far. You just can't say whatever you want to when you mad and then think that people are supposed to come back on some kumbaya stuff. Because once again, you talking recklessly. Anything could happen. Anything could happen as you left that venue, and God forbid something happened to one of them and your last thing that you said was F them, and you mean that with all of yours. So like, I couldn't work with her. Could not work with her because of her mouth is reckless. She really only cares about herself. She really doesn't care about the other people around her, except for maybe her kids and her husband. But yeah, her mouth is trifling. The way she treats people is trifling. And she got to stop thinking that she's a victim, because she's not at the end of the day. Okay. She brings a lot of this stuff onto herself. Overall, though, I'm going to give this week's episode of Keke's World, I'm going to give it a B+. You know, it's great entertainment, but yeah, she gives me a headache. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about the episode down below in the comment section. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.